Good evening, and this is the Tony Biachi Show, and we are going to have the WWE Raw review for July the 11th, 2016. And I will dedicate this channel to reviewing all of the Raw and SmackDown shows, just to show everyone just how crappy they are. Uh, and I dubbed this episode Botches, Lynching, and Same Old Crap, because there were several botches throughout this entire show, and a whole new day little segment. Yeah, that and the same old crap is because of the announcement that Vince McMahon made at the very end of Raw, which the commissioner for SmackDown is Shane McMahon, and the commissioner for Raw is Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, so it's the same old crap. There's no changes happening. It's the same old stuff from early 2000s. I mean, Raw started out surprisingly with a fight. And I thought that maybe this might be a good Raw. And certain points it was, but then the botches started to mount up. And it just, oh my god, so many botches. Wrestlers started botching moves, commentators started botching. Yeah. And once again, Roman Reigns is not to be seen. So I don't know whether or not this is work or this their strategy of trying to promote Battleground without Reigns there to botch it up. But they don't need Reigns to botch up this show because this. So many mistakes this episode. I mean, started with a fight. It seemed like a good Raw, but they added more talking to it. So I guess that's the drawback. We get a fight at the beginning, and we get more talking throughout the entire show. So yeah, and all this talk about the draft. I don't know about this draft, because the last draft was the first draft that they did was great. It was pretty close to a real draft that it could be, but then it just got worse after that. Then they used the draft to try to bury ECW. Yeah. Well, we kick off Raw with surprising a fight. It was a battle royal to determine the number one contender for the WWE Intercontinental Championship belt against The Miz. And so we've seen everyone come in the ring, and then Apollo Crews' music play that everyone is on their feet. Let's face it, Apollo Crews is a great athlete, but I don't think he's going to do any good in the WWE since what happened later on and what happened during this battle royal. Yeah, it confirmed to me that Apollo Crews might win an Intercontinental, but that's as far as he's going to go in this company. Okay, and during Apollo Crews' walk to the ring, The Miz stands up on the commentator table, and then he welcomes the crowd to the 98th day of his Intercontinental Championship reign. It's captivating and must see. We're about to witness a battle royal to determine the number one contender for his Intercontinental Championship at Battleground. Then he wishes everyone in the ring good luck because it doesn't matter who wins because he'll defeat them at Battleground. And that's because he's the Miz and he's awesome. And that's the first time I heard him say that in a long time. So yeah. And people who are in the Battle Royal is Bubba Ray, Devon, Darren Young, Aiden English, Simon Gotch, Connor Victor, Barrett Corman, Goldust, Jack Swagger, R Truth, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Jay and Jimmy Uso, Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler, and Apollo Crews. So that's let's see, 10. 18. So it's 18 wrestlers. And what I'm getting from this is the majority of the people who are in the Battle Royal are tag team partners. And I would think they would probably put in some single wrestlers in there. Yeah. I mean, they could have just put Jericho in there. Chris Jericho. I mean, it would have been a great match. Chris Jericho versus The Miz. Yeah, but this is what they had. And during this, okay, let me tell you about the Battle Royal. Okay, let's see. Dolph Ziggler almost got eliminated at the beginning of this Battle Royal. And also, Bob Backlund was outside the ring trying to coach Darren Young throughout this entire Battle Royal. Okay, so Goldust gave Aiden English that back body drop out from over, which got him eliminated. Would send Aiden English over the ropes to get eliminated. Then R-Truth pulls the ropes down. They get Connor eliminated. Then Victor goes after R-Truth, but he attacks the Usos. And then Dario applies a cross-arm breaker on R-Truth over the ropes with him outside the ropes, but he still got back in. And let's see, Curtis Axel got eliminated by Devon. Then Bubba Ray tried to suplex one of the Usos over the top rope, but then he doesn't. Then R-Truth gets eliminated by Barrett Corman. Then he quickly eliminated Victor. Let's see, Jimmy Uso tried to throw Jay Uso over the ropes, but he hanged on. And they had a big laugh on it. Yeah. Yeah. Way to sell a backstabbing little scenario. And then they both sent Devon out of the ring when they sent over the ropes, but Devon was eliminated. But then they did a double super kick, which knocked him over and outside, and he was eliminated. Then the commercial break. Yeah. Yeah, and this is why I hate commercial breaks during these battle royals. Because, like, when the commercial break came back, Daryl was attacking Goldust, but during the break, Simon Gotch got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler with a super kick. And Bo Ray was also eliminated by Jay Uso. See, 2 eliminations during a commercial break. I mean, you did a good thing with a fight at the beginning, but can you just let the Battle Royal play out without commercial breaks? Yeah. Yeah, that would have been great. And then Dario eliminated Goldust with the Enziguri. And now Apollo Crews eliminated Bo Dallas by tossing him over the top rope. Then Jack Swagger was using the Patriot on Jimmy Uso. And Dario almost got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler, but he hanged on. But then But then he sent Jimmy Uso over the top rope instead. Well, actually, no. Jimmy Uso was tossed over the ropes by Baron Corbin. Oh, wait, no. Okay, oh, yes. Okay. Baron Corbin tossed Jimmy Uso out of the ring where Corbin was outside, but he's still on the ring apron. Just tossed him out. And then at this point, he just. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I think I made a mistake. I think I botched it. No, it was Jey Uso who got eliminated by Bubba Ray. Sorry about that. It was a botch with me. Let's see, and then Bubba Ray tried to put Darren Young on top rope. Started beating him, but then uh, and then Paul Cruz started attacking Del Rio. And he sent and the Bubba Ray starts attacking Baron Corbin, but he gives the boot. Then Darion punches Corbin, and then he eliminates Bubba Ray. But then Baron Corbin delivered the deep six to Darren Young, and the other the super kick to Corbin, and then delivered the Enziguri to Baron Corbin. And then during this, Corbin focused on Ziggler throughout this time match. And then Ziggler does a famous serve to Del Rio and dumps him over the top ropes, but Del Rio hangs on. And then there is a arm breaker to. Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? Let's just. Then Ziggler super kicks him, but then the real delivers that little, when he goes through the ropes, this slides on the opponent, but he stops himself from going over the ropes. But then Dolph Ziggler super kicks him out of the ring, but he was not eliminated because he went through the ropes, not over the ropes. Okay. Then the real starts to take it. And Baron Corbin throws the real to Cruz. And then Cruz gives the real the back fire drop over the ropes to eliminate Del Rio. So it came down to 4 men: Ziggler, Corbin, Cruz, and Young. Let's see, Ziggler super kick Corbin, tried to clothesline over the ropes, but they both land on the ring apron. And then they just start fighting. And then Corbin eliminated Ziggler, but then Apollo Crews let's try to eliminate Baron Corbin, but they both ended up eliminating each other. So Darren Young is your number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. So I'm guessing this is his push to finally getting a singles title. Yeah, he won the match by doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, I guess all those promos with him and Bob Backlund are finally paying off, and he's finally getting the push that he deserves. But yeah, I would have thought that this would be a push. I mean, I thought this was going to be Zack Ryder's spot, considering that he lost the Intercontinental title to Miz by cheating. But you know what? I think it might be cool, but I'm guessing that Darion's going to win the match and become the Intercontinental Champion. And I just want to point out two botches during this little battle royal. I don't know if there's more, but it's the botches that I caught. And the first botch that I noticed was when Dario tried to deliver the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to Dolph Ziggler. He didn't twist him enough, and he ended up delivering the knee right into the chest of Dolph Ziggler. So that's one botch. And the other was made by JBL because I don't know why, but he called Apollo Crews Titus O'Neil. Yeah, so all black people look alike. Yeah, that was a really bad botch. Considering what's been going on these past few weeks, I don't think it would be in the WWE's interest to mess with black people. But yeah, spoiler alert, they did. Especially with that, oh god, that stupid Wyatt New Day thing. Yeah. And then it made an announcement that Mr. McMahon was going to return to Monday Night Raw, where he's going to have Shane and Stephanie in the ring, and they're going to make an announcement. And then they talked about Brock Lesnar's return to the UFC at UFC 200. I also saw it, and Brock Lesnar nearly won the first round, and I think, and the second round was eventful. I mean, Hunt delivered some blows to Brock Lesnar, but then in the final round, Brock Lesnar did a lot of takedowns, and he won by unanimous decision. And then they made an announcement that at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar was going to face Randy Orton. So Randy Orton is going to return at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. And I'm having a little problem with this. I mean, yes, this sounds like a great match, but why are they fighting? I mean, as far as I remember, Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton were kept apart for a long time, and I don't know, maybe in the past they might have fought, but I've never seen them in the same ring. So why would they do this? I mean, the great idea would be to make Brock Lesnar the number one contender for the WWE title, and whoever won at Battleground faces Brock Lesnar. You know, because Seth Rollins stole the belt away from him, and he never used his rematch clause. And I'm doubting that Brock Lesnar is going to be drafted to Raw or SmackDown because, let's face it, that they're not going to have him wrestle at Raw or SmackDown. At best, he'll just be there for ratings. But you know what? I really hope that Brock Lesnar returns to the UFC because, oh my god, he was. When I heard Enter the Sandman during his match, everyone was marking. He was, when he got into the octagon, oh my god, he looked so big, so fierce. And the WWE's not gonna let him wrestle Raw or SmackDown because they're gonna have to pay him extra. And I don't know how long his contract is. I mean, he has a 3-year contract, but I don't know whether or not when the date is for it to end. But when it ends, I don't want him to go back to WWE, probably UFC or some other wrestling promotion. Let's see. Yeah. And then they made an announcement that New Day is going to be at the White Family's ranch. Yeah, lynching. Then a commercial break. Then went back, and then you see Stephanie and Shane talking about what Vince is going to say. Let's go. Talk about SmackDown or Brock Lesnar, but let's face it, he's not a good level. And then Seth Rollins came in and said that maybe Vince is here to talk to him. Then he just starts smooching their asses, and then he made a little proposition that he wanted to do a talk show about a little bit of an interview with him, and so want to do a little show like Jon Stewart. So it's going to be the Rollins report, and God, I don't. The whole little Rollins report was just awful. To show some more photos of what happened at UFC 200 with Brock Lesnar. I don't know. I don't know. I don't expect. I mean, Randy Orton's a great athlete, and it could be a really good fight. I guess with the storyline, could be a great fight. Just two guys fighting each other, just beating the shit out of each other. That could be it. And then they made an announcement that Randy Orton's going to return at Battleground, but not to wrestle, because he's going to be the special guest on the Chris Jericho's highlight reel. So I don't know whether or not this is going to be on the kickoff show on the pay-per-view itself, but they didn't mention the kickoff show, so I'm guessing it's going to be during the pay-per-view. And I don't know why they did this. I mean, they could have just did it on Raw or SmackDown. Why would they waste time in a pay-per-view for a little talk show? I mean, because we know what's going to happen during the talk show. Randy Orton's going to RKO Chris Jericho a lot. But why would you put more talk in a pay-per-view? Yeah, that kind of ruins Battleground. And then they show backstage that Ryder bumps into Rusev and Lana. And then he makes a challenge. He wants to challenge Rusev for the United States title tonight. Although I was focused on Lana the entire segment, but which I think everyone else was doing. But before Rusev answers, Sheamus attacked him. He says to Ryder, if you want a match, he got one and gets me next. And then Rusev and Lana walk away too. So yeah, because last Monday Night Raw during the whole Team USA versus Team Multicultural, Zack Ryder delivered a final pinfall against Sheamus for their team to win. Then on SmackDown, Zack Ryder delivered the elbow to Sheamus for the win. And so they're going to fight one more time. Okay. Because I think this is a good push for Zack Ryder during this match because Zack Ryder just attacked Sheamus the second he got into the ring. This is a that Zack Ryder showed like a little bit of aggression against Sheamus, and the Detroit crowd said, "You look stupid" to Sheamus. And then during the match, Sheamus was on his hands and knees trying to beg him to stop it. But then Ryder tried to deliver a boot to him. But then Sheamus walks in, started attacking him. And then Ryder attacked Sheamus in the corner. And he tried to, and then he delivered a Broski Brute to Sheamus for a 2 count. And then Ryder tried to get on the top rope, but Sheamus stopped him, knocked him down, and then delivered a bro kick for the win. But okay, I don't know why they did this because after Sheamus pinned him and win him, Rusev's music starts playing. Yeah, because Rusev started going down to the ring, he passed Sheamus, then he delivered the accolade to Zack Ryder, and then he was yelling, "I accept the challenge." And he kept saying because Zack Ryder was screaming. And so at Battleground, it will be Zack Ryder versus Rusev for the United States title. Okay, I think it's great that Zack Ryder's finally getting a push. But then why would they? I don't get this. I mean, a few weeks ago they made this big push for Titus O'Neil to try to beat Rusev for the United States title, but then they just dropped him after the 4th of July, and now they try to back up Zack Ryder. And I don't know if he's going to win or not, but it looks like it's going to that direction that Zack Ryder's going to win at Battleground. But then they just threw away Titus O'Neil. Yeah. Then they made an announcement that Enzo Amore and Big Cass were going against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Yeah. And then the next match after commercial break was Bazongo versus the Lucha Dragons. Then the show footage of what happened the Raw pre-show, which can be seen on the WWE Network. The way they said, they confronted the Lucha Dragons. They were making fun of them for speaking Spanish, and somehow they made Tyler Breeze spill water on himself that he was angry because it probably his outfit or something. I don't. Although this was a good match, but during this whole entire tag team match, the commentators were talking about the draft, and I got a little pissed off because they keep talking about how people are going to try to make some decisions, try to get more money out of the draft, and how they talk about that like it's the NFL draft. I mean, come on, it's a draft. No one's going to get paid more. Well, except for John Cena, of course. I mean, come on, man. At best, they'll just go to a different roster. And during this whole match, there was one botch because when Kalisto was trying to deliver the springboard corkscrew, he landed on the ropes, but then he slipped and fell down to the ground. So that's one botch in that match. Then at the very end of the match, Tyler Breeze was trying to roll up Kalisto, got a near fall, and then Kalisto kicked him in the face, and then when he was trying to go after him, but then Tyler Breeze just kicked him in the head and got the win. Yeah, so Breezango wins again. I don't know. They keep talking about how tag teams can be broken up because of the draft, and it did, because on the very first one, the Dudley Boys broke up because one of them was sent to Raw, while the other was sent to SmackDown. Yeah. Yeah. And then, oh god, then with the commercial break, because they announced that the Rollins report, because Seth Rollins said that he had some video of Roman Reigns that he wants to show everyone. Then when they got the commercial break, okay, then Seth Rollins came to the ring. And he thought he had a scoop for the crowd. It tells Ashton Cooper to take a hike, Bill O'Reilly can take a nap, and Jon Stewart can stay retired because the hottest investigative reporter is here, and his name is Seth freaking Rollins. And he says he has exclusive footage from a sit-down interview between him and Roman Reigns, and he said this is going to blow their minds. And this is the very first edition of the Rollins Report. And oh god, you can tell this was spliced, because every single scene from Roman Reigns, it had the WWE title with him. Come on. Really? You couldn't find any footage of him without the belt? I mean, this was, how Jon Stewart does it. He just takes slices of video and puts it on there. Yeah. Okay. Let me seriously. So Rollins asked questions to his little video. I don't like this video. I know there's one point in the little clip where Roman Reigns was just mugging for the camera. I don't know why. But the best part of the Rollins report wasn't Seth Rollins. It's Dean Ambrose. Because he gave one of the best promos on Raw. Okay, so Ambrose music plays and he comes into the ring. And he says he's glad to see Rollins is finally having fun for once in his life. Then Rollins says that that's a joke to Ambrose, but a joke to him is Ambrose's championship reign. And Ambrose didn't win it. That he snuck up behind him and stole it from him at Money in the Bank. And they talk about how the title is his life. And he stole his life because he is a coward and can't beat him for it. They talk about how Ambrose tried to take the title from him last year, when he couldn't do it. As a matter of fact, no one could beat him for the title. And he's talking about how Ambrose is afraid and won't give him the one-on-one rematch that he deserves. And then he says that Ambrose wants Reigns in there because to take him out so he can sneak up and steal the win. And he talks about at Battleground, it won't matter what's going on in the past. I'll show you who is the best member of the Shield. At Battleground, he'll prove to the world that he knows the entire time. That what he knows the entire time. He was better than Ambrose before, during, and after the Shield. At Battleground, he'll be better than him again, and Ambrose can tell all the jokes he wants, but the fairy tale comes to an end at Battleground when he takes back the title stolen from him. All right. And here's one of the best promos of the night. Arrow says that he likes to have fun and has a good time because he is the WWE champion. He is the top man in the industry and is on top of the world. Yeah, right. Okay, you know what? The WWE is not on top of the world. It's just putting himself in a larger debt. Then he goes on to say that he's proven that he's more than just a utility player. No matter how many guys came in and washed out or got suspended or went to another sport, when the smoke clears, he was still standing. They said he's the backbone of the industry and the king of his company. Now the whole world knows it. Then he goes on, it is fun and paces around. Then Ambrose starts saying that Rollins has known him for a long time, and Rollins knows exactly what kind of person he is. And he talks about how he knows how many buckets of blood he spilled and the miles of crap he's gone through to get here. If he was willing to go through all that to get the title, how far does Rollins think he'll go to keep it? Then he tells Rollins to rest assured that it is not a joke, that him, Reigns, and Vince, or God himself, is going to have to pry the title from his dead hands. A one-on-one match won't change that. It's not happening at Battleground or ever. Then he talks about how Rollins can talk all that he wants about what he deserves, and he says it disgusts him. And if Rollins wants a match for the title, he'll give him one anytime and any place. And then Rollins says Detroit is a good place as any. But then he says it won't happen tonight. You'll see him next week. And then Rollins gets out and starts shouting that he'll do it on his time. So, okay, this was a great promo. Trying to promote these guys, and I think it's a great idea for the WWE to take Roman Reigns out of the equation because he will destroy this great build up to this championship match. Okay, they made an announcement about McMahon returning, and then Enzo Cass going against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Okay. And then went to commercial break. And then when it came back on, they made an announcement that Dean Ambrose will defend the WWE title against Seth Rollins. I just want you to hear this. WWE champion And on the little graphics, it says WWE Champion. So I'm guessing they finally broke up the title. So SmackDown is going to have the World Heavyweight title on their show, or vice versa. And then they showed footage of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on SmackDown. And after Zayn defeated Chris Jericho, Jericho attacked Sami Zayn, and then Kevin Owens came in and delivered a pop-up powerbomb. Yeah. And then they were gonna get ready for the Kevin Owens versus Cesaro match. And Kevin Owens' music plays. He's not there. He's backstage, talk to the referees, how it's unsafe working environment with Sami Zayn. And he wants Zayn out of here, but then Stephanie McMahon shows up after. And then Stephanie McMahon comes out and says that she agrees that she wants Zayn removed from ringside, which he was during this whole entire thing. Then Owen says that he always knew she was a smart one in the family. Yeah, way to kiss. And then they show outside where the referees are trying to get Sami Zayn from out of the ring. And then whenever we get into the ramp, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn start fighting. So I guess that's going to lead to a build up to their match. And during this match with Kevin Owens and Cesaro, it was a great match. Matches I've seen so far. I mean, yeah, it's a great match. I mean, Cesaro tried to deliver the Cesaro swing to him several times, but he stopped him, and then it led up to Kevin Owens doing like a version of the TKO, or I don't know. Then after that, Kevin Owens started mouthing off, taking messing with Byron Saxton, and then he was screaming off some stuff. But then Sami Zayn showed up and started attacking Kevin Owens. Yeah. Sorry about that. And then they showed backstage when Renee Young was interviewing the club. Then Carlos said Enzo and Cass are in trouble. Then AJ Styles said that it was a rookie mistake by Enzo and Cass. They think John Cena cares about any of them but himself. And so Cena isn't even here tonight because he's in Los Angeles and rehearsal for the ESPYs, which is on Wednesday. And then AJ says it was a rookie mistake by Enzo and Cass. They think that John Cena can't lock down. Cena isn't even here tonight because he's in Los Angeles and rehearsal for the ESPYs. Uh, yeah. Then with the commercial break and it came back on. It was Heath Slater with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel gets tired. Yeah, and I think this is. I don't know why they did this. Yeah, Tyson Neal's push. Yeah, I thought that Tyson Neal was going to win the United States title, but they changed it. And now they changed direction and they. Uh, uh, okay, during this whole match, this was an okay match. It was a toss up. Yeah, Tyson Neal won with the Clash of Titus. And I'm just sad that his little push was. Okay, it was a good match, but I don't know, it wasn't really exciting. Okay. And now they show the footage of the New Day at the White family compound. And when they arrived there was a whole bunch of cars circling around them with their headlights on. I kid you not, this seemed like lynching. Oh yeah, this whole entire match. Yeah. Sorry about this. I'm a little bit sleepy, but I'm gonna finish this. So they just follow each other around the cars. It looked like they had upper hand, but then the White family back. There was one scene where Xavier Woods was trying to hide behind a tree, but then Bray Wyatt try to hit him with an axe. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, at one point, Xavier Woods was in a car, and Bray Wyatt was trying to bash in to the thing. And they got to the point where the New Day finally got the upper hand, but then the lights went off, and then when it back on, there were several other lights. So I don't know. This feels like lynching. I'm sorry, but come on. You got a bunch of black people in the woods. This screams lynching. And I'm surprised that no one's talked about it yet. Yeah. Hmm. And then with commercial break, then we keep on. Hmm.